Push-Pull 2.0 is in Diggy's Arena here tonight for the 2024 CrossFit Games, fourth and final heat about to take the floor. I'm Chase Ingham. Along with me is Adrian Conway. Mike Arsenault will be joining us on the floor in a little bit. James Sprague, second year at the CrossFit Games, has competed as a team, still standing on top of the leaderboard at the moment.
Very impressed by what James has put together so far this week. We expected him to be a contender. We saw flashes of this greatness early last year, and he's really putting it together here.
But he is not alone because he is tied in points with Brent Fikowski. Has made his move steadily up the leaderboard all weekend long, and it comes down to 486 apiece.
He's doing professor things, Chase. We've seen this throughout the years. He's consistently good, and then that ends up to a great performance added up to over the week.
Tie atop the leaderboard at 46 between Fikowski and Sprague, and Roman Karenikov sitting there just a few points back, and Pat Vellner is lurking in the wings, just 8 points out of the podium. Event number 7, Push-Pull 2.0.
It's an exciting one. It starts with 45 handstand push-ups you can do anyway, an 80-foot sled pull from a standing position with that Texas star. It's 180 pounds, then 30 strict handstand push-ups, another 80-foot sled pull, this time from a seated platform, and then 15, this is where we see the pressure, freestanding handstand push-ups.
Adrian, what are your go-ruck steps to success?
Well, strict rules here, Chase. The middle 30 strict handstand push-ups, athletes can create a ton of separation there if they game it wisely. Then second is composure reigns, and that of course is in reference to the 15 freestanding handstand push-ups. Who can seize the moment there is who can seize the victory.
Your final heat start list, 1 through 10. Top 10 athletes coming into Saturday night. And as we said before, in lanes 5 and 6, there is a tie in points on top of the leaderboard between James Sprague and Brent Fikowski.
It's going to come down to how these boys deal with pressure, Chase. We know there's a lot of points left on the board. Brent Fikowski has been here many a time. They call him the professor. He's known for how to strategize a workout specifically to his advantage. How to break, how to rest, how to breathe. He's going to need to apply it here.
James Sprague, we talked about familiar territory. This is unfamiliar territory for James Sprague. All eyes on you.
Let me tell you something about James, though. The purity in this young dude, the energy in this young dude, he doesn't even know any better, Chase. He could come out here and hit a complete home run on accident because he knows nothing else.
Stand by.
Push-Pull 2.0 underway, fourth and final heat for the individual men to close action out for Saturday night. We still have the women to come after this, and Brent Fikowski, in very meticulous fashion, is trying to dissect this event right from the start.
Already breaking much more frequently than the other athletes on the competition floor. You'll notice, folks, what you're seeing right now, that's called kipping. They're able to utilize their hips and their knees to drive upward momentum. They're trying to save their upper body as much as they can and save it for later in the workout.
Brent Fikowski on the right, your overall leader, tied in points. James Sprague, he has the tiebreaker on Brent Fikowski. Fikowski, like you said, doing very quick sets. Ricky Garrard is trying to keep pace with his fellow countrymen. If you look at the top part of your screen, Jake Crouch currently leads with 8 reps left to go.
Yeah, Jake Crouch, we knew and expected him to do well upside down, at least early on in this, and Ricky in the same way. Ricky hurt his shoulder last year, but the therapy and the rehab and the strength and the stability he's built throughout the course of the season is really paying off here.
As he starts
Jay Crouch onto the sled first. 80 feet to pull across the floor. 110-pound sled, 70-pound Happy Star, the Lone Star on top of the alpaca sled as he pulls his way across the field, and here comes Ricky Garrard. Roman Karenikov is done. Dallin Pepper, Fikowski, Vellner waiting on Sprague. Sprague still on the wall. Jay Crouch has got about a 10 to 15 foot lead on the next closest athlete is James Sprague.
Pat Vellner was just called back, Chase, to his, he left some handstand push-ups in the tank clearly and had to go back and finish about 2 or 3.
I've always said, Adrian, 40 handstand push-ups is always faster than 45.
No doubt.
Jay Crouch back to the wall for 30 strict handstand push-ups.
Let's see how he opens here. How many he gets done in this first set is really a good implication on how he paced the first 45, and Chasey's still going.
Looks like he ripped off a set of 12 or 13 as Ricky Garrard is done, and so is Brent Fikowski. Curly 10 reps behind Jay Crouch. Jay Crouch on the right side of your screen. Brent Fikowski in the middle. Ricky Garrard on the left, and he's getting timed by his judge.
Jay's at 20.
So athletes have 2 spots for handstand push-ups. The back spot is for the 45, the front spot's for 30. Jay Crouch on the right side, just 5 reps left to go.
James asking Brent, please step forward. You're in my way, sir. I need to kick up for my handstand push-ups too.
Your top 3 across the board. Jay Crouch is done. Jogging across the finish line, or competition floor. 12 seconds behind the pace set by Saxon Panchek. Saxon Panchek still holds the time to beat at 6:31.80.
Athletes navigating this fatigue that's really building. Jay just chipping away, making his lead even bigger. Brent down to very small sets at this point on his handstand push-ups there against the plexiglass. 2 at a time.
Just past the 4-minute mark, Fikowski and Garrard are still trying to get through. Fikowski has 2 more reps left to go. Saxon Panchek, who holds the time to beat, was done with the pull at 4:40. As Jay Crouch has about 10 more feet to get there.
Here we go.
Fikowski's coming off the wall. Jay Crouch is about 1 more pull to go.
Chase, we've watched this go down enough times to know. You said it in the first heat. Hate to refer to it this way, but this is really where the workout begins for someone like Jay. He's paced it perfectly and got a lead up until now, but what will he do with his opportunity?
Right on pace with Saxon Panchek's time is 6:31. However, Saxon Panchek got better and better as the reps went on, as Crouch will fail his first attempt. Now past the 5-minute mark, Brent Fikowski halfway home on the pull. Here comes Dallin Pepper and Ricky Garrard. Roman Krennikov also on his sled pull. Jay Crouch working on his first set of 3.
Jay doing a great job finding that tripod position, sending his head forward, leaving his hands behind to create that balance position.
Jay Crouch already going into his next set. Brent Fikowski is done in the middle. Here comes Brent Fikowski. Jay Crouch still on his hands, moving a little slow between reps. Two sets done for Jay Crouch. Here comes Brent Fikowski. Brent Fikowski
looking smooth.
See in the background of the red shorts, that is James Sprague. Still working through those strict handstand pushes. We're past the 6-minute mark. Jay Crouch has 2 sets of 3 done. Brent Fikowski's working on his second. Fikowski's done with 2. Roman Krennikov also in the mix. Krennikov over in lane number 4.
Roman's gonna keep going from 1, Chase. He hasn't taken a break.
Roman Krennikov, 1 set down, going for 2. Brent Fikowski and Jay Crouch working on the 3rd. Crouch on the right side of your screen's got 3 down. Brent Fikowski's got 3. So does Roman Krennikov. Roman Krennikov working through his 3rd set. Brent Fikowski's up. 6:31 is past. Saxon Panchek will get the win.
Here comes the professor.
Approaching the 7-minute mark. Jay Crouch working through his 4th set of 3. Here comes Brent Fikowski on his final set of 3. He's on his hands, the crowd's on their feet. One more rep for Fikowski. He'll take the heat, and that'll be good for second overall. And Brent Fikowski will be your lone leader going into Sunday. Jay Crouch, one more rep. And he gets under 7:30. That's going to be a good time for Jay Crouch.
That is a good time for him.
Here comes James Sprague. Sprague has worn the leader jersey since the event of last night. Ricky Garrard's trying to chase down Roman Karenikov, who's got one rep left to go here. Oh, man. Just past the 8-minute mark. Now, we've only had 5 times below 8 minutes, so Roman Karenikov still in a good position. He was sitting in third coming in, and James Sprague is going to fall below him unless he can get inside these tight few athletes. But James Sprague is running out of room. Ricky Garrard trying to get ahead of Roman, and he'll come down.
We've seen crazier things happen, Chase. James Sprague chipping away.
We got 4 athletes on the last 3 reps trying to get across the leaderboard, and Jason Hopper, Pat Fellner, a few of those, and it's going to be Hopper just ahead of Pepper. Here comes Pat Fellner. He falls. Roman Karenikov's in. Ricky Garrard has to get across the line and on top of the platform, and he does. James Sprague trying to keep his composure, knowing the leader jersey is lost, at least going into the first event tomorrow. Now he's just trying to limit how far down the leaderboard does he go. Here inside, here comes Pat Fellner.
Big finish for Pat right there. A little frustration on that back half, I'm sure he'll admit, but
45 seconds to go. James Sprague, 6 reps left. Sam Kwan, the top part of your screen, has 1 section to go. 3 left for Sprague. 1 rep left for Sprague. And he gets there.
Great job by James. This event clearly turned into a bit of damage control for him, Chase.
Sam Kwan trying to get across the finish line. 10 seconds underneath the cap. Fikowski will take the heat. Panchek will take the win. And James Sprague is going to take a little tumble down the leaderboard. And it's going to be tight at the top going into Sunday. Adrian, as you said it, Brent Fikowski, one of the best at dissecting tough events.
Yeah, he did what the professor does, and it was Jay Early who led like we may assumed he would. Great upside down, shorter arms, lesser distance to travel. Really had great success on the strict handstand push-ups, but it was Brent's meticulousness right out of the gate. He was breaking things up early and often. Ricky Garrard even entered the picture. He has some great upper body pressing power. Sprague really struggled, and we assume this might be one of those for him. We know the test is very incomplete. He's leading right now, but the question is, how well does he do damage control in events like this versus the field where they're going to have some success in these other movements? Crouch had some struggles to seize the moment, and that is where the professor shined his brightest on the final 15 reps, and that's what got him this win right here in the heat.
Brent Fikowski takes the heat for heat number 4. Jay Crouch behind him, and Jason Hopper out touching Dallin Pepper yet again. So I'm sure they'll be talking about that in the cool down area. Let's go down to Mike Arsenault, who's with Brent Fikowski.
So Brent, the heat win in event number 7 puts you on top of the leaderboard.